We're getting plenty of comments as well on Russell Martin, the Rangers manager. Look, I don't even know where to start with these, Swanee, because we're getting so many on them. Let me throw a few of these at you and get your take on them. Let me have a look. Robert simply says, get rid of the manager now. Enough is enough. Ian says, shambolic performance again today. Where do they go with this manager team? Your long Muppet says, what an absolute shambles. Martin has lost the players, fans and the plot. Sooner he's gone, the better. He's number one on the list to get rid of. The stadium will be empty seats if the board don't act. Ian says, a team that's slower than a still wearing a bowler hat going forward. No aggression, no passing forwards, not even the basic attributes to be a professional player. Absolute rigid rubbish. I think that more or less gets to the heart of how Rangers fans are feeling, Swanee. But look, I kind of said it to Andy. I'm at risk of repeating myself. Are we really on August 24th saying the Rangers manager is under pressure to lose his job?
Listen, if the fans aren't happy, clearly, but no, I don't think you can be saying that at all. I mean, where does it end? Where does it end with Rangers if that's the case? I mean, everybody who knows that there has to be a root and branch with that squad. Everybody knows that. Everybody said it from before. And you can have your doubts about Russell Martin and the guys he's bringing in. I've said it myself. They're already not a great sign looking in. But if you think about Michael Beale coming in and Philip Clement coming in, it was almost like sticking plasters at the start and great results and great runs at the start and everything's okay and it's brilliant and these managers are great. And then eventually the sticking plaster falls off and all the old failings come out. All that stuff has to be weeded out. Now, whether you believe Russell Martin's the man to do it or not, that's another question. But you cannot be talking about a manager after 9 games. I know it's Glasgow. I know it's fierce. The Rangers fans were always going to have to suffer some pain first. Now, they maybe didn't expect it to be this deep. I'm quite sure they would have expected to see a little bit more by this stage, and quite rightly, they should have expected to see a bit more. You should be winning at least one of your first 3 league games.
Yeah.
You cannot be talking about changing managers at this stage. Or else Rangers will just become a manager a month.
I know. No, you're right. I know.
I mean, players in the door that the next manager would have to. I mean, it's that. No, that cannot be. That cannot happen.
9 league games, and by the way, look, it's not been great, but they did get by Panathinaikos, to get by Victoria Pilsen. Like, it's not been completely, disastrous. But in the league, obviously 3 draws in a row. The thing is,
it's nowhere near good enough, Daniel. It's nowhere near good enough. The performances have been nowhere near it, the 3 Premiership games so far. Nowhere near it. But you cannot be talking about the manager at this stage. You just can't. You've got to have some time to implement some stuff. We're not even at the close of the transfer window yet. Again, I go back to the fact you potentially would be a little bit concerned if you're a Rangers fan about some of the guys that are in the door already, but it's early. It's early, and it's going to take time for some of these attitudes to change, and maybe for some of these new guys to get in and go up to speed with what's actually required. Yeah. Because you come from certain levels south of the border, it's not a necessity to win every week. It takes a bit of getting used to for some players. Yeah, some players don't get it right away. Some get it right away, but some don't. You cannot be casting people aside in such a short space of time. I just don't think that's the way to go.
Just before we move on from Rangers, Swanee, Mark in the comments says Martin is 2 scuddings away from his Jotters. I think game after his Hibs, they are more than capable of winning. Look, I might not get the chance to put you in the spot between now and then, but how do you see Rangers week going? Obviously, Club Brugge away and then Celtic at home a week today.
You would have to say on the evidence of what we've seen from Rangers so far, it's certainly what we saw from the first leg in Ibrox against Bruges. Bruges were in control of the game after 20 minutes, and I think, as Andy made the point, the tie was done.
Yeah,
the tie was done and is done. And a lot will depend on Bruges' attitude. Do they want to get out and entertain their supporters and score a few goals? Or are they happy just to manage the tie and get through? Because Rangers, well, you can pin this back to me on the night after the game if Rangers get through, but you'd be absolutely staggered. And in terms of next Sunday, I think the game just basically hinges on what Celtic turn up. And to be fair, Celtic haven't really turned up in any of the last 3 games against Rangers last season. They haven't turned up in any of them.
Very fair point.
Certainly not to the levels that they can. So a lot will depend on how Celtic turn up at Ibrox. But if Celtic turn up on fire, and playing well, and possibly with a couple of new players in the door, although I'm sure we'll go into that at some point. If they turn up, they're capable of giving Rangers a severe beating, especially looking at the Rangers back line just now. I mean, some of the stuff today, I mean, everybody centred on the goal, but the defending for the two Alec Gogic chances late in the game for St Mirren.
How many warnings you need about Alec Gogic? I mean, it's just like every time we put a ball in.
It's just bread and butter. It's just one ball in, you find the first man, the third man makes the run off it, waiting for the knockdown for the first one. I mean, you see that every week.
Yeah.
It's just remarkable stuff.